You've reached MikNeg.
Call us best friends.
Call us crazy. Call us anytime.
This podcast is all about self-love, relationships, career, pop culture, and everything in between.
Grab your snacks and join the call. Hey.
Hello. Oh my God.
How's it going? I'm your host, Mik.
And I'm your host, Neg. How are
And
we
we're
doing,
back
guys?
with another sweet and salty episode today.
Today there's a lot to talk about, and I'm so
Yes.
excited for this episode because
We
it
have
has
a lot
of
to
controversial
cover.
stuff. Yeah.
We
So
have
I
a
think
lot to cover.
we need to dive right into it, Mik. Give us your three
Yeah.
grateful things.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. So the first thing that I'm grateful for is hydro, heat, and water, literally the basics. Earlier this week, I was out of all of those things for 3.5 days, and it was not fun. It was very cold, and I literally took a shower with a watering can. I'm not gonna lie. And my dad made a joke saying that I should make a TikTok out of it, but I didn't. And it was really interesting, I guess. We ate out a lot. We picked up food, and I had to go to my parents' business office to like do my work during the day since I work from home. So had to get that Wi-Fi somewhere and charge my devices.
You don't realize how lucky you are to have like basic stuff until you actually lose it.
I know.
Crazy.
And like, yeah. And see, the thing that like my mom was most bothered by the darkness. She didn't like it with the lights off. I didn't mind that part. I don't mind candles, and we had the fireplace, so that was nice. For me, like it was the no shower thing because their house is already cold. When we do have like heat in the house, I always find it so cold here. I don't know, it's just because like the house is like big or whatever, and like the air doesn't circulate properly, but I'm always so cold here, and so I was freezing, and I feel like a hot shower is what I look forward to at the end of the day, especially like washing my hair, and like I don't know, I just like I love that routine. So not having that for 3 days or whatever was a struggle. A little bit of a struggle. So, and the water in the watering can was ice cold water. We tried to like put it in front of the fireplace and heat it up, but I was like, it's not working. Like it's gonna take hours. Like I'd have to leave it overnight, kind of thing. So
listen to your hair is so long. Like
I know.
Like, by the way, I think this is the first time. Is this your second grateful thing? Is this like, I think this is the first time we're seeing Mik with her pink hair.
You're right. This is the pink hair debut. This is the first episode with the pink hair. Oh my gosh, that's so true. Okay. Yeah, so this is the first episode with the pink hair. There's one more episode I think that I had with brunette. So it might go back to brunette and then I'm pink after that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is the first one with the pink hair. That should have been one of my grateful things. I am very happy about the pink hair. But the second thing that I wanted to mention was I recently got the new like iPad Air, and my obsession has been digital drawing. So I've been doing that pretty much every night. I literally just sit on the couch watching like TV with my mom and drawing. I've been trying to like get off of social media. My screen time has gone down. Like I'm not even kidding, like 70-80% over the last couple of weeks. So
how do you feel? How do you feel?
It's been good. Honestly, I feel no need to be posting on social media.
See?
It's like, it's so weird. It's like when you start posting again, you feel the need to post all the time. But when you stop posting, you don't feel any need to post anything ever.
No.
So I need to find a good balance.
Yeah, I was telling her this like 2 years ago. I remember telling her that I really, really needed the time off social media because I was noticing that it was actually affecting my mental health, that it was affecting how I saw myself, how I felt, so many different things. And again, imposter syndrome kicking harder than ever because of, I was seeing everything that everyone was posting and I wasn't feeling adequate, right? And so since I stopped, it's almost like there's this huge weight that was just like lifted off of me because now I just don't feel bad. Like sometimes I felt really bad because of that. Like it's so how I would imagine your mental health just doing like a like an increase like just because of that.
Yeah, so honestly, it's been good. just like the screen time on my eyes, because I work at my computer all day. And then, and just like the obsession of always needing to check it, or always making sure that I have posts up. Like I'm still posting daily for like my work and then our podcast, but on mine, I don't feel the pressure to like have to document my day on stories, or like, I don't know, take a picture every single time I go out, or like, I don't know, just the little things like that. I just don't do it. So
makes sense.
it's a nice little break. So I have some things I'm committed to, so I need to like start posting again. But I did take a little bit of a break, and I was doing more of my drawing. And then the third thing, which actually something we're going to talk about today, is the new Ariana album, Positions. I feel like that's like, oh my gosh, Ariana was like on her way to like save 2020 with that. I felt like that was really good.
Taylor did that before Ariana.
Yeah, you were hooked on that one.
Come
you were hooked
on
on that one.
No, but I'll talk about this later, actually. Yeah.
I loved Folklore. I can appreciate that any day. But I'm a big Ariana fan, so I was really happy about that. And I literally I listen to it every day. So those are my grateful things. So please share yours.
Okay, so my first thing is that I got a lot of sleep this weekend. Like, I'm not saying good. I slept in. I mean that I spent the entire day sleeping. Like, I didn't do anything else. And it's right now the time. Well, actually we're in time this time. We're Black Friday's next week, and it's absolutely insane. Like this year, this whole Black Friday frenzy on the e-commerce kind of level has been so much more hectic than previous years, because I feel like this year we kind of like brought everything closer, like earlier. Like, for example, we started doing Halloween so much earlier. Christmas holiday season has started earlier, and so has Black Friday.
Right. Yeah.
So I've been working nonstop and not having a single minute for myself. And it's been really good to have this entire day of just being in bed. And the truth is, it's almost like I'm so tired that my brain can't do anything else. Like, I can't even think. I can't even talk. It's really bad. So yesterday I spent my whole day sleeping, and I'm really, really grateful for this, because now, I woke up to do the podcast. Normally we do the podcast on Saturday, but I woke up on a Sunday feeling so much more energized and like with, good energy to do it. So that's my first thing.
That's great.
My second thing is I've been hooked to Among Us. Like, it's
oh yeah,
I don't know if you've heard about it. I am so hooked to this game, and it's been such a great stress reliever for me. Like, every time I have, like, if I'm on lunch break, I'll play Among Us. Right before going to bed, I'll play Among Us. And I play with my friend Amira, and it's a lot of laughter all the time.
Oh, that's so fun.
I'm really, really I'm so grateful for that, because honestly, I feel like it's made my last 2 weeks so much more bearable. And my third thing, the last thing that actually made the last 2 weeks very, very bearable. So that's a very funny thing, because I'm not a romantic person per se. I'm very rational. I'm very logic, right?
Yeah.
But like, I've been like binging like rom-coms, and also and also books like about like romantic books, which normally I reduce the ratio. I limit myself to one romance book a month, because if not, it can go overboard. I swear, like, I just say one. It's like my guilty pleasure. Like, romantic books are like my guilty pleasure. So I say one book a month, and that's it. But like right now, I feel like I've been so low emotionally and also so exhausted that I need the extra for love and happiness.
Just something good.
I know. So a few recommendations
to inject in your life. Yeah.
I've been reading I've been watching on Netflix. I've been watching this new series that's called Dash and Lily. It's so cute.
Really? I've never heard of it.
It's so cute, Meg. I think you would
really
like it. It's about those
I
two
would
people
like it.
That actually get to meet each other through a book, through a diary that the girl just puts in a bookshop. And so
no way.
they give each other like dares in the Christmas season. So it's super
okay.
Christmassy.
Oh, that's cute.
Super funny and super cute, and I love that.
Cute.
I watched The Holiday, which
I love. I saw that.
You need to
with
did you watch
Emma
it?
Roberts. I did watch it. Yes.
I loved it so much. It just like I loved it, dude. And then
I thought it was okay.
I loved it so much. I watched it again with my mom, and my mom loved it too.
Seriously? So, my mom watched it twice. She watched it once by herself and then once with me.
Same. It's just so good. I don't know. It's just like it's really good. What did I like do else than that? Yeah, I've been reading a couple of like a rom-com too, but not any that I could recommend. One of my favorite books of all time, romantic books, is actually getting like as a movie. They're starting to do a movie out of it.
They're gonna.
If you haven't read it, Mik, it's called The Hating Game. I love this book so much.
Oh yeah, like, I've never heard of that one either. Chef's kiss, yeah.
Chef's kiss. So yeah, these are my 3 grateful things that have basically made my Q4 happy.
Yeah, getting you through Q4 basically.
I know. It's been a
wild ride. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
I know. It's a lot.
So we have
all right.
Today we have a topic that's very controversial.
Yes.
That has gotten so much content on the internet. That's probably one of the pieces of media that has gotten more exposure ever. Like the virality of this thing has been absolutely incredible. Like, and honestly, you know what? Props to them for actually making something that got so viral, because that's really smart, right? So that's the dreadful but also wonderful Emily in Paris.
Emily in Paris. Yes, that's our first topic on Sweet or Salty. So
okay. How do you do we want to do like we do with Mulan, like talk about what we liked and what we didn't like?
Yeah, sure. We can do it like that. Definitely. I watched Emily in Paris. This was a while ago now. Probably like a month or so ago. And I mean, the reason why people like it is because it's an entertaining show, right? Like it is entertaining. And I guess, I don't know, what do I start with? What I didn't like, I guess. What I didn't like was I felt like her character was a little bit like ignorant and arrogant and obnoxious. And she was 100%. Just kind of, I don't like, I get that she's like the main character and like, I don't know, she's the one that you're supposed to be rooting for and all this stuff. But I don't know, I just feel like her character felt so like young. Shallow. And and there was just something about it that just didn't like bring a level of maturity that I thought that it would. And I guess like everyone talks about, it's very controversial, the whole thing about like the whole French culture and how she came and like didn't speak French and she didn't like know a lot of things, and they would almost pick apart or like make fun of little things throughout the show. But again, it's like the entertainment value of it, or the entertainment purpose. And I don't know, like in the show, like nothing surprised me. Like it was very predictable. I think the only thing that surprised me was finding out, spoiler alert, that Gabrielle had a girlfriend. Like, and it was the friend that she met. I think that was the only
I know. Yeah, because he totally flirted with her.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So I was like, what? Okay, of course the show made it like that. But it's like,
you can shower in my place. Come shower in my place. You can have my place to shower.
Yeah. Exactly. And I don't know.
Oh my God.
His girlfriend, he wouldn't be acting like that, I would hope, but he did. So anyways, like that was the only thing that was really surprising to me. And the outfits, I mean, we have to talk about the fashion for sure. And the outfits were definitely hit and miss for me. There were some that I absolutely hated, and then there were some that I liked, obviously, because she had one of her looks was like full monochromatic pink.
Pink.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. It's the full pink, and there's a few other pink ones. Oh my gosh, yes, of course. Yeah, her pink coat. I love the one where she's picking up her like the flowers at the market. You know, she's got that pink coat too, in her little bag. And I don't know, there was a couple different pink numbers that she had, and I thought those were adorable. The one that I really didn't like was it was like a Chanel like teal aquamarine type of colored blazer, and then she had like some kind of, it was like a t-shirt dress, or I don't even know what it was, like all plaid and different colors and stuff underneath, and it was
Wasn't
just
that
so, it was
one of
like
the first ones? Like,
it was, yeah, it was in the scene where like her boss, was it Sylvie, that said like, don't wear that tonight, like don't wear that.
Oh yeah,
it was one of the first.
Oh yeah. I was like,
I really didn't like it. And the one where she was shopping and she wore that little tiny white crop top or something with the pearl Chanel bag.
I know,
I
didn't like it.
Like, why are you wearing that? Who would be comfortable wearing that? But
okay, Emily, I want to touch on Emily because I feel like we're gonna go point by point. Yeah. Actually, I didn't realize. Well, yeah, I did realize that, but I didn't see it as much as, you know how when people hate Sex and the City, they say that they hate it because Carrie is such an asshole character. I didn't feel like that about Emily as strongly as Emily. Yes, she's annoying. Yes, she's very mature. Yes, she feels very, everything is about me. It's about me who's coming to like fix this company. It's about me who makes all the men fall in love with me.
Media.
Like, woo, I love it. You know, I didn't, she's not someone that I really loved. Like, I didn't, what I found about entertaining was like her interaction with people. I think that's what really I kind of really liked. I liked her dynamic with Sylvie. I liked her dynamic even with Mindy. I loved Mindy as a character. She's so much fun. Yeah, she's so much. She has her own like bad sides, but she has the sense of self-awareness to actually be like, I'm here because I did that. And she looks like she did a lot of self-reflection, and at the end of the season you see her kind of going through that path of kind of growing and having actually a character arc that Emily doesn't have.
That's
like,
the thing is, the main character doesn't have that growth.
She doesn't have the growth. Like, she just like, it's almost like she comes in the moment she
learned maybe 2 words in French, not even.
And then and it's just like she goes throughout the season, and it's almost like she tries to be more, to convince them that she is
still right,
that she's still right, and she doesn't change anything about her demeanor, her way of approaching things, her way of like experiencing things, or even her way of like thinking things through. And it's almost like the whole series is gonna go about like, oh no, like, as in like, it's always gonna be, oh no, same old Emily, always doing the same shit, like, oh, now there is a love triangle because, oh no, getting with a dude that had a girlfriend was not a good idea in the first place. You know what I mean? So like, it's it just feels very not thought out. It just doesn't feel like she's like thinking things through. Even it's almost like in her head, it's like, I'm in Paris, this is my year to just be out of control. Period.
Let's just go for it. I know.
Let's just go for it. So I didn't. But at the same time, I didn't hate her. Like, I didn't hate her. Like, because I feel
because she's the main character. She's the one that they want you to like root for, and like they want you to follow her journey.
I don't know. I love Lily Collins, so I think she's a character.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. She is. Just by the way she looks, she's very classy and stuff. So I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe if it was played by another actress, maybe I would have hated Emily. So I don't know. Like, it's in terms of her outfits, I need to talk about this.
Yes.
I really didn't like her style at all. At all. And I think that one of the things is that when you see her getting out of the cab from America and like getting in her flat, you see her in pure American fashion. You see her in sweatpants, flannel shirt,
it's like the flannel
tank top, like it's
the
like
beat up like brown backpack or whatever. She's got like
exactly
very American.
And for me, it's very hard to believe that a girl that arrived like that, like at her flat, would even start dressing like that plaid dress that you said that she would have, or that even the yellow dress.
That's right.
It's like,
yes.
No, I feel like I would have liked her to see her in a more, shit that we see in Toronto, or stuff that we see in, like more streetwear, but not as girly. Because I don't think that the style, the North American style, is that girly in a way.
No, I can agree with you. I'd say that, like the typical street style person, like I think neutrals, like I think neutrals are black and white, or like browns and beige and I don't know, different things like that. And you're right, the typical like American girl who we see in the beginning as Emily, you're right. It's like it wouldn't necessarily be wearing like, I don't know, floral prints and this bold green thing and then this bold pink thing and all of this stuff. Yeah. So it is kind of all over the place.
She wouldn't.
That's
and she would be more like Aritzia. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the Aritzia girl.
Yeah, the Aritzia girl. To me, Emily, she's so basic. She would be the Aritzia girl, right?
Yeah.
Then there's another thing that really pissed me off, which is the chances for you to be paid more in France than what you're paid in the United States is very limited. It's people don't get paid as much in France as they are in the United States for the same job, description. Like, they don't get paid as much.
Yeah.
How are we gonna explain that this girl has a different Chanel bag per episode?
Okay. Yeah. She got designer everything. I mean, mainly Chanel that we saw, but
dude, a Chanel bag is like at least 3,000 euros. Yeah. Which is around what
and she's working as like a marketing assistant. This kind of, you don't get
which
paid
is exactly
that money.
What she would wear. Like, she would earn a month, at least like most of what she would earn a month. And that's if she's actually a really good marketing assistant.
Exactly.
Marketing assistant don't make more than like 2,000, like 2,500 euros. No way. So I was like, how are we explaining this? Because this girl is having one Chanel bag, and from a point in the season, she wears everything Chanel. It's everything Chanel, nothing else. All the bags are Chanel, all the brooches are Chanel, all the everything Chanel. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I work in marketing, and that's not the truth.
I don't think I own anything Chanel, and I work in marketing, so no.
I'll buy you a lipstick. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? It's just very annoying to see her
it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, and that leads me to the other thing that I hated.
Yeah.
The representation of marketing and social media.
It's very unrealistic.
Was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous.
Agreed.
Like, I was cringing so hard. Like, one of the first things that almost got me to like back out of like the whole show was when she goes into that meeting for the first time where she meets them all, and they're like, she's like, I really believe that you guys can get a lot more exposure
your social media strategy
through your social media strategy. And I was like, oh shit, she's starting. And then they go the Twitter or the Facebook, and then she goes, and the Instagram, and I'm like, oh no!
Yes. I know. And maybe it's just because like we work in the industry, so it's kind of cringy.
And we're just like, no.
I know exactly what you mean.
And then they go, well, the French are really good at social media. And then she goes, well, the American invented it. And I'm like, if I ever said that in any meeting, they would fire me right away.
Yeah.
It's just like,
you can't act like that.
What the hell? Like, well, the American invented it. How condescending is that? Like, I was just like,
very,
okay, cool. Okay. And another thing is, social media strategies are different in any country that you go. Like, influencer marketing and the
like an American thing might not necessarily work in a Paris demographic.
Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I was like very underwhelmed by that.
Oh my gosh, I know. And all of her ideas for everything, like a lot, like she's doing like multiple different jobs. When she started talking about that whole thing about putting like a bed in the Louvre or whatever, it's
Yeah.
what the heck? Like, and all these activations, like all of this stuff would take so much time. There's so much logistics behind it. Like, it's not just as easy to snap your fingers and say, let's do that.
Let's do that.
And even though they ended up coming with some kind of solution, because they had like her and her friend, like, you know, on the bed, wherever they ended up putting it, and like taking selfies and stuff. But that takes so much time. Like, where was all the planning and preparation for that? But again, it's TV. It's literally just entertainment value. It's like, it's not supposed to be realistic, but these are the things obviously that we recognize because we work in the industry and we know it's not that easy and not that simple. Mm-hmm.
And even as influencers, you're gonna me believe that bitch got like 20,000 followers by posting like
the follower
kids.
count is so unrealistic. Come on,
like I'm like, there's nothing interesting about this girl, and the fact that she posts once every 3 days,
she posts her chocolate croissant, and everyone's like, oh,
I know, and it's so random, and it's like, it's very. It's not it. It's just not it.
It's not it. Yeah, I know completely. Even that one influencer event that she went to. Well, first of all,
I thought that was funny though. I thought that was really funny.
The girl doing the splits. Yeah.
Sorry. I was like, and that actually that comes to what I was gonna say in the part that I liked about it. I'll let you go for it, and then I'll say what I have to say. Oh, it was hilarious.
Well, just at the influencer event, how like it, like you and I have both been to events, and like that's not how it goes. And like, you're not gonna get your gift bag first thing when you walk in. You're not going to be asked to post your photo right then and there when you're at the event or whatever. I mean, I don't know. And then like
I posted
I don't know, all these like the attitudes of everyone, and like I don't know, it's just like totally made for TV type of like very what's the word, like it's emphasized and really pushed to the nth degree to make like I guess certain points. But yeah, that scene was funny.
It was, to me it was, and that scene is what made me realize something about the show, and I'll talk about it later because I thought that was okay, I'll talk about, I don't know what I liked. Oh, I have something that I liked about it, actually.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, I love how everybody talks about how unrealistic and how, like, it's not French or whatever. But I've never seen anyone talk about the fact that the secondary, like, characters are very, very, very French. Sylvie is as French as she can be. Like, there is no more French than her. Like, that's they nailed. Well, I think that it goes with the fact that she's actually French, so that helps.
Right, and that makes sense.
Gabriel is like the most French guy. Like, he is the most accurate representation in style, in how he acts, in how he talks as a French guy. That's Gabriel is just like, he's just it. Like, I was like, and he's really hot, so that helps too. But who else? The guys in the agency, like remember their name?
I don't remember their names either.
The two sidekicks.
Yeah.
So French, so freaking French. Like, and then there's characters like the Pierre Cadeau and stuff, like people like that are way exaggerated and that are way too, like, there is satire, but for the most part, the characters that we are most in touch with during the whole thing, Gabrielle's girlfriend, what's her name? The blonde one. Camille,
yeah.
Camille, okay, or actually it's Camille in French, but like,
in French,
Camille is the most French girl you can ever think of. Like, she's so French, and the way she dresses, the way she acts, the way she says
her
things,
style,
so French. When they go to her, like, her mother's, like, castle, whatever, the interior are so French. There's a lot of accents that are so French and so well done. And that's where I'm like, if they nailed that part. And then there's the contrast of Emily, who's so
set in her ways.
So you know, like set in her ways and so American and so different and stuff. I think there is a genius to this show that I appreciate highly. And to me it's just like this show to me is a satire 100%. And it's very, I'll talk about it later because I have a theory, like I have a conspiracy theory and I'm so sure of it. And yeah, but do you want to talk about things that, do you have anything else you liked? Because
Yeah, because I mean, I wanted you to speak to that because, like, obviously, you know, the French culture and are more familiar with Europe and all of that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I only really know from what you've told me. So when you've said things like, everyone thinks Paris is about Eiffel Towers and berets and croissants, but it's not. And so
really
when I saw characters like Sylvie and Camille, like, I thought, like, okay, that is the person,
that makes
the
sense.
type of person that you would describe to me as a more, like, you know, typical French person. So
100%.
Makes sense. Yeah. Like I said, yeah, exactly. I guess, like, for me, what I liked was obviously the entertainment value. I did watch it start to finish. I thought that it was like a cute little show, something, you know, very easy and lighthearted to just, you know, watch. And yeah, fashion was hit and miss for me, but I did appreciate definitely some of her pink looks. And yeah, it was cute, it was funny, and yeah, it brought good entertainment. So
I like, if there is one wardrobe I would steal, it's definitely Sylvie's. This girl had like a really good wardrobe. I was like, oh yeah, this movement just represents the energy I want to step in when I'm older, you know. But yeah, like I thought I liked it. Like honestly, people come to me and they're like, what did you think? And I was like, honestly, I didn't hate it. Like I didn't hate it. Like I watched it.
Exactly.
I was entertained. I liked the character. I liked Gabrielle a lot, as I said.
Yeah.
To me, he's more representative of anything that I know than Emily is. I loved Mindy. She's so cool. Like she's so amazing. She's so, like, she was honestly the best sidekick you can ever imagine. She was loyal. She was, you know, always listening. She had her flaws, but at the same time she was very vulnerable. She had that vulnerability that I wish I had seen in Emily, but Emily didn't have any kind sense of self-awareness. Even when her freaking boyfriend of over, I think, years breaks up with her, they break up, she doesn't even warn it. She doesn't even, like, it doesn't even feel, it's like, oh well, I'm single now, single life in Paris, yay, you know, like, it's just I just was very underwhelmed with her, and I didn't see any kind of cracks of, even while she goes to the agency and she sees that people don't like her and stuff like that, and she literally at the beginning she's bullied in her workplace, and honestly I really like how she turned it and how she was like, you know, like she put like her little translator, and she basically said fuck you to the, like, everybody else, and they were like, I like that girl. Like I think that was a very good way to do that. But I don't think you see her go through a real adaptation, like, process of really feeling highly self-aware that she needs to change things, highly self-aware that this is not going well. Honestly, guys, I moved to Toronto. For the first 6 to 8 months, it was shit for me, because the time of adaptation, of really getting to know the place, of really getting to adapt myself and speak literally a different language, because when you change countries, everything changes. The way people do things, the way people conduct, even the way people date, the way people talk, the way people interact, you know what I mean? Everything changes. It's a whole different set of how do you call it, like culture, kind of like codes that you have to learn and adapt to. And when you go and you change countries and you're alone all the way over to Paris versus, you know, North America, this is very, you know, secluded from your home, and it's not like you can take a plane and in an hour you're home and you can have that comfort, you know. But you see her like thriving. Everything's awesome. I'm wearing Chanel. I'm begging the fucking neighbor. Everything's great.
Yeah,
No.
there's no like downfalls for her at times when, you know, she does experience some kind of difficulty or adjustment. It's all like,
No.
oh, I'm here.
It's
Oh,
like, croissant. Oh my God,
oh,
Billy, woo.
mm,
But what I loved about it is I really think that, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on that and see
yeah,
if you agree with me. I
yeah,
think that this show has been made for influencers. I think that when
yeah.
they made it think we're going to make something that people are going to think about, that people are going to talk about, that they're going to TikTok about, that they're going to reel about. We're going to do
It's
something that's
all
going
in
to
the
go
trends.
viral.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
honestly,
They even made gifs on Instagram. Like they were preparing for it to go.
the
Like,
genius of this thing, because I'm
yeah,
sorry,
it's
influencers, but you guys are basic AF, because the only thing that you like is Paris.
predictable.
And every time that influencers go to Paris, it's the same
It's smart
content.
of
It's like
them.
La Durée. It's like, you know, Eiffel Tower. It's like, you know, it's like
Yeah.
they basically served the influencer on a platter exactly
Uh-huh,
what they
uh-huh.
wanted to
Here's a show
see, because
just for
that's a kind.
you. And they speak to them because if the girls working in social media, what do influencers do? You know, they're speaking their language. So, and you know, it's funny because like how we work in marketing, other
Yeah,
influencers can be able to pick up on that and kind of laugh at it as
yeah,
well. So yeah,
yeah.
they were very smart to gear it that way. And I'd say I agree with you. They probably did
I think
have
that was
like they
made for
definitely
that.
thought of the person.
And the genius of it all, like the genius of thinking, we know that if we do a show about this, it's gonna blow up. And it did. It's just
Yeah, because
freaking,
the influencers
I'm
are all
mad.
behind it, sharing that they're watching it. So,
I'm crazy. Like up to this day, this show has been out in October. We're in end of November. People still
and we're
create
still
content
talking
about this
about it. I
thing.
know. And season 2 got renewed, so they're going to.
It's really crazy to me. Like honestly, you know, like congrats to them, because I think that the same way Taylor Swift had blank space at this huge satire of like what like media thought of her, you know, like about her being a man eater, about her really kind of,
Mm.
this is a satire of influencers. And I'm like, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Honestly, I'm here for it, because it's just everything that we do as influencers just really like like
Magnified.
like dragged to the max, like at the
Yeah.
end. And Emily's living the life that every influencer wished they could live, you know, like being Paris, like glamorous venues, like pretty dresses,
Go
Chanel,
to
Chanel, Chanel
events, nice dresses. Yeah,
everywhere,
Chanel every day. Yeah, exactly.
you know.
That's the kind of
So
like aspirational lifestyle of a lot.
it's so
So
sad.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes sense. No, yeah, that's a great point. I can agree with you on that. Yeah. All right.
yeah,
So anything else to add for Emily in Paris?
yeah. I really hate how everybody's creating content around it.
Like Emily
It's getting
inspired
very,
outfits and
it's
like
getting
this is like
very
one day
annoying.
after Emily in Paris. This is
Oh,
one week after Emily in Paris.
I hate it
Yeah.
so much. Like I hate it so much.
Yeah.
Like as much as I applaud how, you know, they did a show for influencers and how it worked and that it blew up,
Mhm.
and as a marketer, I can appreciate the genius behind the storytelling, because as I
Yeah.
said, there's elements that were really, really French. So that's why I don't think this is a show that was made without thinking. I don't think that this was a
Mhm.
show that
No,
was
of
made
course not.
without studying the culture. You know how some
Right.
shows goes, like go and just do some movie, just go like Americans go to Paris and just like, you know, stereotype it. I don't think that was the
Uh-huh.
case. I think they knew exactly what they were doing. I think they
Yeah.
put French people in the center to make sure it was still French but have a contrast with American culture.
Yes. Yes.
So what I hate is how everyone now is like, I'm on my couch, I'm looking at Emily in Paris, I'm doing TikToks about Emily in Paris, Emily in Paris
Mhm.
outfits, and I'm like, her style is
Yes.
not even that good. And
Ride
I've
the
never,
Emily in Paris wave while you can.
I know, and I've never seen anyone do like, you know, Sylvie outfit. I would have loved seeing a TikToks of like Sylvie's outfits. Dude, I'm in Barcelona. I don't have Sylvie outfits over here. They're all in Toronto. So
They're all in Toronto. Yeah, true.
what about you? One thing to add? Or you think we're good?
I think we're good. I'd say more, I guess, but I feel like you covered a lot just because like again, like you have the home base of like that European background and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like yeah, you touched on some good points there, and I don't really know if there's anything else I can say because I don't have that to relate to. But yeah, I agree. And it was a cute show. So will you be watching
Sweet or
season 2? Is this
salty?
a sweet or salty?
It was sweet for me.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna get a
I'll
lot
put
of
it
hate.
sweet, and I'll probably
It's
watch
sweet.
season 2.
I know, it's a good thing to look at when you're in your couch and you need something to just binge for a little bit. It's good.
It's good, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. And we
Okay,
on to the
Ariana.
next.
Ariana.
Ariana. I'm excited for this one.
Okay, you go.
So
You start.
do you
This
want
is your
to
topic, babe.
Okay, so I guess we'll go through kind of the same kinds of things, like what you like, what you didn't like, and maybe we can like rank our top, like list our top favorite songs, and then
Top
maybe songs that
songs?
we weren't as into. So yeah, I guess for me, like I'm a pretty big Ariana fan, so I was very excited when
Huge.
she launched the album, and Neg and I actually streamed Positions together when the music video premiered, so we watched it together and we were pretty impressed. She looks so beautiful. I mean, she looks beautiful in everything she does, but it was just like, it was a really nice music video. The song is so fun, and I really liked it. So I'd say my top favorite songs are Just Like Magic, 34 plus 35, 630,
Really?
My Hair, Nasty, and POV. Those are like my all-time favorites. I have them on
Really?
repeat. Yeah.
Okay.
When I first listened to it, my first
Yeah.
favorite song was 630. It's so cute. It's like, because it's like down like 630, like the arrows point down on the watch at 630. And like, I don't know, I just think like everything that she says is so cute. The ones like that I listened to less and I was surprised by because I love Doja Cat was Motive. I haven't liked that one as much for some reason. West Side and then Off the Table, just sonically it's like kind of slow for me.
I was disappointed by Off the Table.
Yeah, because everyone talks about it.
Love
and
Me
I know
Harder.
Yes, I know that you love that one with The Weeknd.
Love Me Harder. Love Me Harder is like my all-time favorite song. Like
I know.
One of by Ariana. Like Love Me Harder takes me to places. Okay.
I thought you'd be so pumped for Off the Table. So yeah, I was disappointed.
I wasn't.
But
it was so bad. Sorry.
Yes, and like it's okay. It's okay. I personally, like, I'm not a fan of The Weeknd, so I wasn't hyped because of The Weeknd. I was hyped because everyone was saying that this is such like a beautiful song, and it is, because the meaning and what she's saying, it's like, you know, the Mac Miller references, you know, all about how like she's feeling with this like new relationship and things that she's had to like overcome and stuff. So, and he's basically talking in the voice of like her now boyfriend. Is it Dalton or something? But yeah, and it's such a weird dynamic. But like I said, I'm not a huge fan of The Weeknd, so sonically it was like a bit of a miss for me, and I was like disappointed in that way. But behind it, the message is like obviously like the lyrics and the message that she's portraying is like very beautiful. I just think that the song itself could have been better. So I don't know, I guess I was expecting something a little bit different sonically.
Same.
But yeah.
I thought that with like The Weeknd's new vibe, like with kind of like how synth pop you know, Blinding Lights like sounded. I thought that it would kind of like sound like that, but it didn't. I don't know. It was a miss. It was a very big let down for me, because I think that Ari and The Weeknd together have amazing chemistry when they do a song. And because as I said, like to me, up to this day, it's been like almost 7 years, but it's still, for me, that song just like it's everything to me. But this was just not it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't like it.
I know. And I guess like in all the album, I believe it's probably one of her most risque albums that she's done with her lyrics and like her song topics and stuff. But I find the songs also catchy. Like 34 plus 35, like that one's always stuck in my head. It's so good. Did you watch the music video?
Yeah. Okay. I want to start.
The music video didn't make as much sense to me.
No.
It's like Austin Powers reference, right?
I just want to start saying, you are obviously the Ari fan. I appreciate her. I have so much hope in Ariana. I'm not kidding.
Hope
Like
in Ariana.
I have so much hope in her.
Mm-hmm.
Like my point is, I think she has the power to be like, she has the potential to become the best, one of the best, like, artists of our generation. I really do think she has that potential. And when I say the best artist, I'm not saying we stream her now and we forget her in 20 years. I'm saying we will remember Ariana Grande. She'll be a little bit like Mariah, a little bit, right?
Mariah Carey,
I have
that's
that
who they,
potential. Like, I see that in her. Like, I love her vocals. Her vocals are absolutely unbelievable. She makes me feel things. There's songs by her that I adore, and I like her as a person. I think she's very sweet. I think she is, meaning I don't hate on her in any way. My favorite songs, I'll just say my favorite songs in this, which is very funny because it's so different than you. Like, literally, it's so different.
I can imagine. Yeah.
My top one of this album, well, no, I'll go like, I think I'll go by least to more. So I really like West Side. I just wish it was a little bit longer. I love that song. I don't know why. Yeah, I just like the vibe of it. I like how she sings on it. I like the flow of it. I just like it. It just sounds like she's not trying as hard. To me, this whole album sounds like she's trying really hard. Like, sorry, I don't want to talk shit about it because I know how much you love it. But then I really liked My Hair. I think I love her in that style. So I think that the vibe of My Hair is what she should. It's very effortless. Like, I just feel like, to me, how it sounds, even how it sounds sonically, I have a problem with Ariana having songs that are amazing, brilliant, and her not recognizing that this is the style she should go for. I'm tired of her underplaying her potential. Like, I feel like she has this power voice, like this voice that's so magnetic and so powerful, and then she puts it out on like an album, on a few songs on the album,
like pop records. Yeah, I know.
Don't you realize this is what you should be doing? Like, you sound amazing. Like, My Hair sounds crazy good.
Yeah, I love that song.
I really loved, I like Position still. I really like it.
Yeah.
And then there's POV. I love POV. Like, I think it's amazing. I honestly listened the whole album back to back. And when POV came on, I was like, girl, where was that? I was like, where was that? I was so disappointed. I was like, Ariana, like, this is it. Like, this is where you shine. Like, where was that? Like, I was so annoyed at her. I was like, you prove us repeatedly that you can do that. You can do that, and yet you don't. It's almost like she settles into her little like comfort zone.
Right.
She just doesn't, and then she lets it out from once in a while. And it's like, this is it. It's like POV is just wonderful. It sounds so good. It's so vulnerable. It's so relatable. It's so like, you can hear her vulnerability in her voice. You can hear the truth in her voice. If you're capable as an artist, there's a difference between singing and then singing with the emotion, like singing with and making you feel
like when you really feel it. Exactly. Yes.
I like how Dua Lipa sounds, but she doesn't make me feel anything.
No. Yeah.
Right? Like Ariana in POV, it's like, ooh, the feels, they're here, it's here.
Yeah.
And yet, throughout the whole album, I've had trouble finding that feeling. Like, I've had trouble feeling, because it's very surface level for me. And I'm at a level where it's like, Ariana, you're at this point of your career where you should be exploring this part of yourself now. Like, you should be growing as an artist. And for me, I'll talk about this later. I'll go to my top one favorite. My top one favorite was Safety Net. I love that song so much.
Yeah. Ty Dolla $ign. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Like, her voice in that track is unbelievable. And I felt it. Like, the same kind of dynamic that you feel between her and The Weeknd in Love Me Harder, you feel it in there on Safety Net. And the back and forth is so good. And you can feel it. It's just like, you can feel, I listen to that song and I can feel what she feels. And that's what I appreciate from her. Yeah. That's why I said, I love her so much. I think she's great. I think she has great vocals, but honestly, I was very underwhelmed by the whole album because I think it's fine. I think you can listen to it, and I think you can feel very, you bop to it. It's a bop. It's a vibe. Not boppy actually. It's a vibey album to me.
It's
So you
vibey,
vibe.
yeah. Because it's not like there
So
was a
you
bunch of bangers. It's not like she had like hit type of
like big
songs.
drums or
Yeah,
anything, or
yeah,
it's a boppy, it's a vibey album. You put it on.
yeah.
I like 34 plus 35. I think it's really cute, but
Yeah.
it's not like it's not a song that I see myself in 2 years listening to. I see
Right,
myself
right.
listening to Safety Net or POV like in 2 years. You know what I mean? So it's a
Yeah.
very vibey album, and I appreciate it, but I see her potential in songs like My Hair and POV and Safety Net, and I'm like, why are you hiding this? Like, why are you not? It's like ghosting all over again. Like you have
Yeah,
like Thank You Next.
I
Sorry,
think
you go.
that she gets no, you're totally right, because I feel like she gets the same criticization from like that point of view a lot, in that she's so talented and she has this huge voice and she's done so many different things, and especially the vulnerability part. Like, I watched an interview, this would have been when Thank You Next came out, and Ghostin', she had her manager or whatever like literally have to convince her to keep it on the album because she was going to take
put
it
it
off.
on the album. Because she wanted to take it off. Yeah. And to
Exactly.
me, this is
So
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And the
I
fact that
know,
she
it's
has
so
hated
good.
on Ghostin', dude. She hates she hates
Yeah,
Ghostin'. And I feel
I
like
know
she hates it because she hates to show her vulnerable side. I don't know. I can tell because honestly,
I mean, it probably makes her like very emotional. Like, it's hard to face that,
yeah.
like if she, listens to it, if she had to perform it, like that's difficult. So yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
But
a lot of emotion that goes into it.
I feel like if you're a storyteller, and Ari writes her own songs from what I understand, like she co-writes, right?
She co-writes, yes, that's right.
She co-writes. And to me, there is a difference between people like Ariana and people like Britney Spears. People like Britney Spears, they're just like pop machines, like, like
exactly.
like poop an
They're
album
just gonna
after
keep
another.
doing what the public
Like
wants. Yeah.
Ariana is a little bit like Taylor in that end, where she has a very niche kind of like style. She has her own vibe. She has her own thing going on. There is some lingo that's clearly associated to her. Think about the and like the whole, like very like like the very Ariana kind of stuff.
Cute, yeah.
So she has her thing, but it's almost like she sabotages herself because she doesn't want to get out of that box. And it's like, Ariana, like every time, every album, I roll my eyes so bad. I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself? As an artist, as a creator, as a storyteller, as I said, Britney Spears is just like an actor because she's giving songs and she just sing them, right? Yeah. Ariana is involved in the whole process of producing the song, writing the song. It's your job to show that like side of yourself. And I know it's hard to be vulnerable, but at the same time, this is your space to do so. Like your art is your space to show yourself, to be the most authentic you can be, right? But she's not. Like, it's very frustrating to me. I'm sorry. I know you loved it.
It's almost like she hides behind. Yeah, and it's almost like, I feel like in a way, because the public, I mean, obviously everyone loves 34 plus 35. Like when the music video came out, everyone's like going crazy. They love it. And I feel like she kind of hides behind this little, like, it's not meme music, but it's like, it's something that people can kind of like laugh at or kind of like get a little, it's like a more freeing type of music versus something that's very like harsh reality, something more vulnerable, more meaningful, things like that she kind of hides behind these other bigger tracks instead of putting her full, I don't know, talent, I guess, out there.
But here's the thing though, I think that the lyricism on this is very cheap. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it.
It's very cheap, concise and short. Mm-hmm.
It's very cheap. Like, and it's not even it's cute, but it doesn't mean anything for the most part. Like when I listened to Shut Up for the first time, I was like, what the hell? I was like, are you all right? Like the production is amazing. Her vocals are out of this world.
Yeah, she sounds good.
It just lacks like lyricism. Like it feels very not polished to me, because it just comes up as, if you could just shut up, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm just like, I was very frustrated, dude. I was just and then there's tracks where her lyrics are so good, and I'm like, why? I'm just like, there is a very big duality in this album to me. There is a part that shines very, very good. Actually, there was always either I loved the production, but I didn't like the lyrics. Either I was disappointed by the production, but I was like, whoa, lyrics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like she can never
balance it out.
It's just very, it was very frustrating. I was very frustrated.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like I wouldn't be frustrated if I didn't believe that she could do so much better.
Right, like her full potential and yeah. I mean, you know? I like her for the cute stuff too, so I can't hate on that. But...
Yeah, I know. I know you can.
No, I know what you mean.
At some point, it's like she's closer to her 30s to her 20s, and it sounds like this is an 18-year-old girl that wrote all of this for the most part. And I know that this is her audience. Like, it sounds very young. It sounds very early 20s, early kind of like, it sounds very, very young to me. And it sounds, also you end the album and you're like, well, I guess Ariana is horny, you know, like, it's just like, you know.
it's just, yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. No, actually, I didn't like it. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I didn't hate it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. So
I don't know. I kind of take it as like, I know that she has obviously more potential and more talent than what I believe she perceives in her music and album after album. But what I do appreciate is that like she has a little bit of both. Like she can be kind of like cute and fun and simple, and then she can also be like a little bit more in depth and really go all out in that sense. So I don't know. To me, I still like it and I still appreciate it for what she puts out.
I know, but like at the end of the day, I agree with that actually. I agree. But if you think about, for example, think about Reputation, right? Reputation has
We're going to compare Ariana to Taylor.
I'm sorry, I can't. Like, it's just like, for someone who studies Taylor as much as I do, you know, like I have to bring it. Think about Reputation that had very fun tracks. It had Look What You Made Me Do. It had Gorgeous. It had tracks that are, this is why we can have nice things, right? But
it was a good album.
Lyrically, it made sense. It all came together.
Yeah, it's more of a fluent thing. Yeah,
she had those very vulnerable moments. She had those very angry moments. She had those fun moments. But the whole story came together. This was very how do you call it?
I think that's this Taylor's specialty, though.
To bring it all together.
Yeah.
But if you think about Red was all over the place. Right?
Yeah, you said that before. Yeah.
You know, like it's very like I think that Ariana she still needs to learn to tie everything together. Thank You Next.
Right.
I didn't like the tracks as much as I liked on
Sweetener.
Is it Positions? No, Positions actually.
Oh, the newest one, yeah.
But as an album, it made more sense than Positions. Like as an together, it made more sense than Positions. Positions is just like it just feels like she did the album for fun, to be honest. I think. Right.
You
know? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean 2020, maybe she
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I think it's like comes down to maybe like the artist and what their vision is for it. Like I know for Taylor, like she's all about that fluidity and having like a storyline, and she's gotten really good at that. And I don't know, like Ariana is not, in my opinion, known as like a storyteller. It's like it's just kind of like whatever's cute and fun. So, and then she just throws in everything that like makes her her. So I don't know. I appreciate it for what it is. I don't want to like.
I agree. Okay, that I agree. But then you hear her on. I think
I'm not going to compare her to Taylor Swift because I know she's not a Taylor Swift.
I think she could.
Like I like Taylor. I like Taylor for what she is.
I think she could be.
She could.
She could be her own Taylor Swift. Not Taylor Swift, but I think she could become as big as Taylor Swift, and I think she could. Become. Mm-hmm. The thing is, I think that she really does. I don't think there is a lot of. Here's the thing: when you hear about, I listen to the whole interview that she does, because she does those interviews with, I think it's Zach something.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
And you hear her talk, and you hear that there's so much more behind what she's done. That's what upsets me. If you heard her talk. Mm-hmm. That interview that she did for Thank You Next, she sounded so grown up, so mature. Yeah. Same for this interview. And it's just like, I agree that she's cute and fun, but she's not cute and fun. This girl has a lot of baggage, and you can hear it when she talks. Like, she's a whole thing on her own.
Yeah.
You know, when a girl is just like cute and fun, you can hear it. Like, you can hear about what they're talking about.
But that's like, I feel like it just goes back to like what I mentioned earlier, is that she kind of like hides behind it. Like, she puts out this whole cute and fun, and then it's like,
it's a defense mechanism. Yeah. I think so.
In a sense, coming out in her art. So. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just like, I have so much hope for her. Like, honestly, I think
she's very talented. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I feel like, but don't you feel like her albums are too similar? I feel like I'm listening to the same shit over and over again.
They are similar. I know. My brother makes fun of it. It's all like breathy, airy, sing song, this, that, and the other, and he doesn't want to hear it. And I mean, to me, I like it. I think it's very beautiful, but I can see how other people would think it just sounds like the same as the next song.
It does. I feel like from what was it? No Tears Left to Cry, was it? No, Sweetener. From Sweetener, Thank You Next, and like Positions, it's like there's nothing new there. Like, you know, it just sounds just again. The same kind of she's area. Just like recycling over and over again. For example, when she did like the whole, even when she did like, what was it? Like one of your favorite albums, like where she's standing on the. Oh,
My Everything on the stool.
That sounded so different. Or even Dangerous Woman and stuff like that. That sounded very different.
Dangerous Woman was different, yeah. I didn't like Dangerous Woman as much. But anyway, we're not going to get into the whole discography. Positions, is sweet or salty for you?
Salty for me, I'm sorry. I love you, but...
I mean, we already know it's sweet for me, but yeah, I see.
That's our first
disagreement.
Mm-hmm. I don't disagree. I like it. I think it's cute, but it's not.
There are reasons for you to say salty, so yeah, we can stick with that. I think the next thing we wanted to discuss is this month's book. We finished the book.
Yeah.
Untamed.
I give it 1 star, guys. So it's Untamed by Glennon Doyles. I give it 1 star.
I would give it like 1.5 or 2, but like, I'm not going to disagree with you.
1 star.
Yeah, like Neg had found this book, and when she brought it to my attention, I started seeing it everywhere. So I thought, like, this is really popular, like everyone's loving it, everyone's reading it. She seemed like a very credible type of author. She's written all these books, she's been on Oprah. Like, it sounded like it was gonna be like a phenomenal read. And I was excited to read it because I thought this has to be good, right? And
plus, honestly, she was a Christian girl. Like, she was Christian, right? So it's like, yeah, I was gonna like that.
And relatable to me, exactly, for those reasons, exactly. So when I read it, I started it out with kind of like high hopes, I guess, and I very quickly got disappointed. And I don't know, it's even like reviewing my notes on the book and stuff, like I can't put my finger on exactly like what it was that I just really didn't like, but I had the hardest time reading this book. And I'm already like a slow reader. I don't really make time for reading.
Same.
Yeah. Yep.
Honestly,
so
same. Okay, don't buy the book. Honestly, if you want to read it, just like honestly, okay, here's the thing. So this book, I'm gonna give a little bit of a
synopsis.
Okay, this book is about a woman who was married and had kids, and she's a writer, so she is pretty famous. People really like her. She writes memoirs about her life. She's BFFs with Elizabeth Gilbert, which is the woman who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. So you can imagine the level of talent. And actually, she's a very good writer. I cannot contest that. She's a good writer. She makes you feel things. And honestly, for the first part of the book, I was like, yeah, you go, girl. You know, like I was in for it. So she's basically talking about the fact that she was in this marriage and her husband cheated on her. So that marriage was clearly had its own issues, but she stayed in the marriage for her kids until she fell in love with a woman. And this woman is Christian. She's, you know, she comes from a very kind of like, I wouldn't say conservative, but kind of conservative.
Like a religious view type of background.
Type of background. And so she basically, you know, she divorces her husband and starts living her life with her now, I think, wife. And the whole thing is about how, you know, she navigates topics like motherhood and, you know, what society thinks of you and labels and like, girls are supposed to be, you know, sweet and like vulnerable and not like, you know, have that overpower energy, and boys are supposed to be manly and blah 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 blah. And she approaches a series of like topics that to me had no place to be there, and it's just like it was
all over the place. It
was all over the place. It didn't make any sense. Like the timelines didn't connect. Sometimes she would come to an event and then she would talk about it later, and it's like whoa, weren't we talking about when you divorced and now we're talking about when you married? Like what the hell? Like it's just
all over the place. And so okay, and what you said like in the beginning, you were like, yes, like this, you know, good, you know, good for you kind of. And I kind of like, I mean, I guess I have a little bit of like different views, so I wasn't like gung-ho on it, but I thought that it was smart how she was very much leading it back to the whole point of the book, Untamed, and being in like stage and like, you know, getting out of that bubble. And there was many chapters and different things that she covered that always related back to that point. So I thought like, this is a very focused book.
That was good.
But then by the time I got like halfway through, like you said, she starts talking about divorce and then marriage and then this and that, and her kids playing soccer and then her son this, and I don't know, there's all these different things going on that I felt like it didn't always lead back to her main point. And it was like, why are you talking about this? But I don't know. I mean, I know, it's still interesting, but
okay, yeah, and also I feel like this is what, you know, to me, this is what the book was going to be about. It was going to be about how she liberated herself. And there's something, there's a concept that I really, really liked that was very, that really clicked on me, that we're really taught from a very early age to behave a certain way, to believe certain things, and to stop dreaming and to stop have a fire about us. And I really like that part because it's very true. If I go back to around when I was 10 years old, it's when I was told you need to be careful with what you eat, you need to be careful with how you look, you need to, you know, you need to be like this and like that and like that. And there is a clear indoctrination, this is the way you're supposed to be from a very early age. So I was like, oh, this is going to be a book about to help people to really understand that and get beyond that, to really get to their authentic potential and to be their authentic selves. But it wasn't that. To me, it was a book about how her lifestyle is the best lifestyle of them all, and anything else is just like
don't
bullshit.
Like confident people. People don't like happy, confident people.
Oh my God. And you know what? She sounded very judgmental to me. She sounded very, very, very judgmental to me. Like she sounded like, you know, she was talking shit about how Christian people would look at her differently now because she's a lesbian with stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, but bitch, you were one of those people before. And you still are. Except that now you believe that you just believe that the life that you live now is the good life, you know, and still you think that motherhood should be a certain way because she says taking your kid's phone is the best thing that you can do because that way they get to be untamed, and it's just like the way I do it
with her son Yeah.
It just felt very pushed to me. I was just not into it at all. I was just like, oh my God.
I can agree with you. I don't know. Like I said, I had a hard time getting through it. I feel like the parts that resonated with me the most was there was that one quote that she kept saying over and over. The one that I think she was like out of school and she saw it on a poster in a hallway and it's like, we can do hard things. She kept repeating that throughout the book. I don't know if you recall that. But I feel like, I don't know, lately I've been really struggling and it's like to even do one small thing feels like such a like heavy weight and really hard to do. And I'm starting to like tell myself that in my head, like how she does like, we can do hard things. Like we can do this. It's so funny. I thought it was cute, the little story she shared about her daughter and how her wife, like really encouraged her to like let her daughter try out for like soccer tryouts or whatever.
I like her wife.
Like
I like her wife.
because she's so like I thought that was a really good attitude, and it was so it was a really cute story because like obviously the girl ends up getting on the soccer team, and then soccer is like a huge part of her life, and like it was like the author was so afraid that like this could be the thing that breaks her, but everyone's like, but this could be the thing that makes her, and everyone like supporting her and encouraging her really helped her go and like I guess pursue her dream of playing soccer. So I thought that was such a cute story. I thought that was that was really nice. And I don't know, I guess like those things were good.
I feel like there was more vulnerability seen in her daughters and in her partner and in her even her ex-husband than in herself.
She's so against but I can relate to that, like how she's like, oh my gosh, no, don't say that to her, don't, like she's gonna get hurt, she's gonna do this, like that would be me, like the overprotective. And I can relate to that. So that's so nice that she has someone like her wife in her life that can really push her and open and push her to be more open to things like that.
Here's the thing though.
Also, go.
No, you go.
I thought the bravery thing was really cool that she touched on. So like she talks about this one time where her two daughters went to go get their ears pierced, and her youngest daughter is like very like, let's do it, whatever. And then her older daughter's like, like that would be me, right? But she said like, it's not like, you can, like buckle up and just do it anyways, or you can like be brave and tell people how you feel, like I'm scared and I don't want to do this right now. And like she's talking about like the different forms of like bravery, and how her older daughter, who's scared to get her ears pierced and didn't end up doing it, might have looked to some people like, oh, she's not brave, she's not, like she's not very tough. But she said no, like that is still bravery for her to be able to speak up and say how she was feeling. And I thought that was really sweet, just like little moments like that she talked about.
That being brave is all about like following your own voice and not like
exactly.
I agree to that. Like I agree to that. Honestly, it felt like every time that she would talk about this, every time that she would basically bring it to her kids or bring it to her wife, it felt like the way she was translating it, like transcripting it, sounded like a Pinterest board to me. Being brave is all about speaking your true voice. And I was like,
it's like a quote that people can write in their captions or something.
I didn't like it. It just felt very, she just felt like, she just felt like Cinderella's fairy godmother the whole thing, where she was just like being like, the true brave thing to do is to speak what you have inside you. It just doesn't feel genuine at all. Right. Like there's a different thing to actually, talk about the scene and what happened at Claire's, like, like my daughter acted like this, and be like, and then when I thought about it, I realized that they were both brave. That would have been different than her just coming out as a Pinterest board, like a live. I just didn't like it. Honestly, I didn't like it. I didn't like it how through her writing you could feel how flawed she is in many things. You can feel how she is very controlling, how she's very my way or nothing, how she's very like she would be that honestly, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. I think she's a Karen. Like it's very annoying. Like she sounded so annoying to me. And I'm sorry, I don't understand how so many people can love it, but she sounded that typical like privileged like woman who the only thing she's gone through is gone through like a transition of like, and I'm not saying obviously I think that her transitioning is a huge like to, you know, I'm into men and now I'm into like women, and her owning up her truth. I applaud her for that because this is not easy, even more when you are from a like, you know, Christian background where you know that people are going to judge, right? But it feels like it just felt like she was talking about her life as she's gone through so much like trouble and so much like heartache and stuff, and it's like you live the most basic white ass like life that you can ever think of, and it's just like, you know, you're talking about challenges and you're talking about stuff to people who actually have gone through so much trouble, like probably has gone through so much shit, and they look at you and they're like, I just can't relate to you. You're owning up life, you're being this big bestseller person, but I can't relate to you. You know, I just can't. It just felt like
and how she talked about how she's more she was like more relatable when she was like down on her life and like not doing very well, and now that she's thriving, people come to her and say, I used to be able to relate to you and now I can't. Well,
but that's true. I feel it in her writing. I felt it very hard to relate to her. Like I felt it very, and not because of her achievements or because she is living a good life full of love and full of positive emotions. I can't relate to her because she's gloating about it. I can't. Like I just you know, I don't know. There was something really
like I still, like I said, I still can't really put my finger on like why I didn't like it, but I didn't like it
I know
really at all. Like I just had a hard time.
It just felt very forced. Yeah, it's salty. I'm sorry. I won't talk more about it.
It is salty. It is definitely salty. And if you guys have read this book, like, please let us know what you think. Like, are we just hating on it for like no reason?
I know. I know.
Because like that's how I felt about it, and I wasn't sure. Like honestly, until I came on the podcast this morning with Neg, I didn't know how she felt about it either. But yeah, no, that was our take on it. So.
Honestly, I feel like the fact that me and you both hating when we're both so different.
Because I thought, I thought maybe I'm just the one being a downer. Like maybe I was the one that.
No.
Like I'm missing all these amazing points.
No.
Because I was reading it because like I was really trying to force myself to get through that. But anyways,
I loved her wife.
Things. Oh
wait. You go. You announce.
Oh, I was just going to change the topic. So you go ahead. Finish up what you were going to say.
You go. I don't want to listen. I don't want to talk about this topic anymore. I'm done. You change the topic. Go ahead.
So in better news, we're going to be announcing today our new book for the book club. So for December, we're going to be reading the book called In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle. And I've heard about this one, and I've heard that it's, you know, good, and especially if you're a planner. So like, I'm a planner. I love to plan everything. So apparently it's a good read. I don't really know much else about it, but we're excited to read it and find out what it's all about. Hopefully it's better than Untamed. I'm hoping it's better.
Oh, it can't be worse. So we're good. Like, okay, guys. So if you like this podcast, let us know.
Give us a like, give us a follow, comment down below, follow us over on Instagram at Us MikNeg, and we'll see you back next Thursday. We have a new episode every Thursday. Tell us what you think, sweet or salty, for the topics today.
Tell us
if you read that book, tell us what you think.
Yeah,
all of that.
Yeah, I want to know if I was the only one with Mik hating it so much. And all right, guys, you're the best, Mik.
You're the best. You're gonna kill it this week.
You're the best.
Always.
No, you're the best. You're gonna kill it this week.
You're the best. You're the best.
Always and forever.
That's you, but
you're
cool.
You're the best. Okay, guys, have a good one.
Yeah. See ya. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.